will work for a lifestyle. That lifestyle is so much greater than new consultant rewards. They are going to blow them out of the water. They don't even know what they're earning. But the feeling of her being able to bring that baby home, knowing that she can quit her job and provide that baby with a lifestyle that she wants to give, is the reason that people will start this business strong. Okay? We minimize it, guys. You know, this is work. You know, this is work. And it's not, but you know what? Every job is work. Okay? Oh, thank you. I forgot to tell you about that. It's not mine. It is a very good senior executive director friends of mine. The check is for $13,765, and the number of times she left her house was 4. Now I'm going to tell you, it's Donna Landy's check. I love Donna Landy. She's my best friend. The reason I use Donna's check is because Nancy kind of told you I had a little history where I was like doing a whole lot of shows. Not smart. And I always say, you know, I will probably actually take longer to get to national than you, so feel free. I take the scenic route to everything. I know, but the reason I do it is so none of you have to. Okay? Because I will tell you everything I did wrong so that you can make your own mistakes. You don't have to make mine. And ask your upline. I think they'll share it with you. Find someone who has a powerful check. Her check for 4 shows totally shows the power of team building. Her overrides were $11,662, okay? They don't go out like I was going out. You don't do 29 shows and get to this point, okay? So that's why I use it. But thanks for reminding me. I meant to tell you that.
That check is for 1 month.
Oh, and thank you. That was my next thing on my notes. I don't need my notes. I just need you guys. That's what they say. They look at the check, their mouths drop, they get quiet, and they say, is that for 1 month? And I never was one to share income. I mean, for some reason, I couldn't do it. Not anymore. Because no one realizes the income potential that they could get with direct sales. And you guys have to share that with them. It's not $1,250 in 30 days. It does not set them up for a lifestyle that they can have that will change. I mean, let them dream. Let them get connected to it. That's what's going to get them started. Okay, so you all with me now? We're all awake? Oh, good. Okay, second thing. Got their goals. You heard me ask Tina, do you want me to help you start your business strong? And is she going to sit there and tell me no? No, because now all of a sudden starting a business strong is connected to her dreams, not a free product, you know? And so what I tell them is you need to do at least 6 to 8 shows in your first 30 days so that you can gain the confidence and the skills that you need to get started. Okay? I never said that to them before. Ooh, can you do a couple? You know, no. I want them to be strong. I want her to take that baby home. I want her to be so ecstatic. But she's got to get it off to a strong start. And then they are okay, because you know what? Now the reason they're doing it is for them, not for you. Okay? Do you think, I had a discussion with one of my new directors, and he said, oh, I just started someone, I'm not going to overwhelm her. And I'm like, overwhelm her? What do you mean? I said, what's her dream? I said, you work at the FBI. Did they say, hey, Dave, come on, you can just come in a couple days a month next month to show up. I don't want to overwhelm you. I said, this is a business. This is a job. You know, you are in their driver. You guys are their driver right now. They don't know how to start a business. You know, they have dreams, they have hopes, and if you guys don't get them started off strong, we're not doing them a good service. Okay, everybody starts with some type of a dream. So if you have the person that's like a little part-time, they really don't want to go out and they don't want to do a whole lot of shows. I kind of rephrase it a little bit. You really need to practice 6 to 8 times in the first 30 days so that you'll understand how this business works. Because you are a business owner, and I really want you to understand it so that you can service your customers. Practicing to them isn't too bad. Cooking shows might overwhelm them. Okay, so it's just in the way that you present it. You guys, these are business owners. We want them to represent our company very well, okay? And you have to know how to do it when they start, okay? Do I say, you only have to do 150 every other month to stay active? Are you kidding me? They're going to know that. They find that out all by themselves. That's like finding a citrus peeler in the catalog. They'll find it. Okay? We don't promote it. And so that's the same way. And nobody's ever told me, oh, I think I just want to make $30 every 2 months. No, they don't. Okay? Well, have you ever heard that? I mean, they don't. And so they'll find it. They may find that they don't want to do the work to get to their dream, which means they're not connected to it, and then they might be your part-timers. But you don't have to promote that. I never say that. And when people say, how many shows do you have to do? And I say, what's your dream? How many shows, what do you want out of this business? Because what you want determines what you need to do. Okay? And if they say, and then nobody ever says, well, I really don't want to do anything. I mean, everybody has a dream, and sometimes I look at my hobbyists that have been with me for 18 years, and I know I did a lot wrong. I feel like they were hobbyists because they never, ever experienced success. Because they never, ever set expectations for them. So, I'm telling you what, that was my mistake. You guys don't have to make it, okay? So now that they've got, okay, I have to schedule 6 to 8 shows. How do I do this? Okay, then I use Duska Mills Bookings MP3, which I will make sure every one of you gets that link. When I listened to it, she did it for a conference call for some other group, and it is by far the best bookings training ever. Why reinvent the wheel? So as soon as they get started, I send them to there, and I said, she's going to give you the reason that you're getting started, and she uses the analogy that your business is like an airplane. In order to get that airplane off the ground, you have to go get a lot of speed, so that it couples exactly with what I told them. 6 to 8 shows going to get your business off the ground. She uses the Frank's list, and she uses the Frank's list. And to develop their list of contacts, she tells them what to say, she tells them who to call, and then that is their homework. They have to get on the phone, they have to listen to that. And then if they have some issues, they call me back. But you know what I'm finding? If they really want this dream bad enough, they do it. And when they call me back, their shows are booked. The second thing, and this was my biggest struggle, how do I teach them to have a good cooking show? Because that seems to be the biggest thing. Have you ever heard like, oh, my first show, I'm so nervous? Anybody? And so sometimes I don't think that they book shows because they're so nervous and they don't know how to do a show. So I had to figure, how can I do that? How can I make the show the easiest thing in the world? Now, the reason Donna Landy is my best friend is because she changed the way I do shows. And for 15 years, I did a presentation style show. And after you do 2,500 shows, you kind of become good. And people would say, oh, I can never do your show. And I'm like, oh, thanks, I'm so excited. That was the nicest compliment. I'm wrong. That is like the worst thing anybody could ever say to you because they can't do what you do. So Donna said, you know what? You'll never be successful because you're not duplicatable. I'm like, okay. So I went home and I did do a hands-on. We have totally switched to a hands-on training because I just found it was easier for them. And I had to come down so they could come up. And so it's been, I was scared to death the first show. I did it with someone I didn't know. I was shaking. I said, can I do a show a little bit differently? Sure. 5 bookings and 1,500 in sales. I'm like, she might have something there. But anyway. But the best way for someone to learn, it's the top method of teaching. You teach it, they observe it, and then they practice it. So, you know, they have to go to your shows and they have to watch you. And, you know, it's really hard sometimes to get those schedules, or you might have a long-distance recruit. So one Tuesday morning, one of my directors and I decided on, well, it was a Monday morning. On Tuesday evening, we were going to throw together a mock show. We invited consultants and friends, and we just YouTubed my show. But it's my show. It's how I train them. So they see me in their living room all hours of the night. I don't care when they watch me. But they have my show anytime they want to watch it, from beginning to end. Okay? Don't make it professional, because the more you mess up, the happier they are, and they feel like they can do it. So we launched that, and their homework before their first show is they have to watch it 3 times, because I used to do their grand openings for them. I'm not doing that anymore. They have the YouTube. They study. It's their business. I'll be there for support, but I want to be there when they do their first show, so I can surprise. Is it for me? Only you, Barb. Only you. Only you. But anyway, so let me get back on. Where was I? Oh, thank you. Okay. So they watched it 3 times, and okay. So I was at my grand openings. So I don't do it, and because I want to watch them. I want to see how serious they are about the business and how much they really took advantage of the trainings that are out there. So I have to share a little, like, how this went. I have a 23-year-old, and she joined last March. She was my guinea pig, and she just graduated from college, and she didn't know she had to pay for college after she graduated. And so, hey guys, I'm telling you what, her entire team they almost have the $1 trillion of debt. So she wanted to sell Pampered Chef, and, you know, I explored the dreams. I said, well, wait, if you could make like this amount of money, what would you like? She said, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. Okay, yeah, she didn't like to work. And I said, okay, so in order to get started, she had a full-time job, she didn't want to do a whole lot. She said, so do I have to do 6 shows? And I said, oh, yes, you do. It worked, she did. She also had $1,400 in Pampered Chef dollars, which works, okay? She didn't even know why she was earning them. But she did it. She was the first one. She said, I watched your YouTube, I took notes. I watched your YouTube, I took notes. I watched your YouTube, and I made the recipe alongside of you. So she is now, that's how they train. I went to her first show. I was blown away. I mean, I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, she's confident. She did it. I didn't. I set her up for success. She went through, she's told her story. This is the biggest change. You know what? The reason I wanted to start a Pampered Chef business was that I wanted to pay off my student loan debt. But I think I want to grow it, because I don't want to work. And when I have children, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'm like, oh my gosh. They're sharing their dreams. How many of you have a new consultant and you're like, we don't have a story. We don't know what we're looking for. We're just started. Because they don't know. Okay? She recruited her host recruited someone. She became a director in 4 months. Yeah, and I'm like, and she has never, ever not qualified. Never, never. You know why? Because she's not allowed to. Because when you get to director, you have to double your team size, because your dream depends upon the growth and the strength of your team. So that's just your entry level. You have so much further to go. So it's not even an option for her. And hopefully she'll be promoting her first director who has student loan debt, because she has a team of student loan debt.